Okay, it's Monday and it's a new week. I am annoyed that I did not end up completing all the tasks that I wanted to complete last week. So this week we're going to take a different approach and we're just going to go in guns a-blazing. I mean, we're going to make sure that we hit every single goal this week. No procrastination, no distractions. Because I think the thing is I need to work on prioritizing and what's based on what's more important. So right now we're getting ready to work for today. So I want to go over really quick what the 3 goals are going to be for this week. Okay. So the 3 goals of this week is going to be to finish recording, mixing, and mastering the new song that we wrote, 2 weeks ago. The second one is going to be to build that playlist. And the reason that playlist is important is because since we do have a release that's coming out this Friday, we want to go ahead and get that song on that playlist and then be promoting that playlist as well too. And the third one's going to be, we're going to write a new song. And this song is going to be for August's release. So we're going to go ahead and just work on the writing. So what I see as completion means the song that we wrote 2 weeks ago is fully, the audio is ready to go. It's ready to be submitted in. The audio is, okay? This is not including the album, the artwork or anything like that, which still has to be done, but I'm not including that. It's just getting the audio ready, okay? The second one, the playlist, meaning the playlist has to be in a form where it can be promoted, meaning that it has enough songs on it and it's good enough to be promoted, okay? That's what done looks like for that one. And done looks like for writing new songs is just writing the lyrics for the song. Coming down with the final lyrics that's going to be for the next beat that we're going to write that'll come out in August.
You know where we at? Yeah. Started with me.
All right, so finished working for the day, went to the gym, had dinner, and here I am, exhausted. And I think I'm noticing the pattern with that. And obviously, I feel like it makes sense, especially right now with this new project that we're working on at work. It is mentally draining. And so it kind of makes things hard. But the key to moments like this is just kind of push through it. Because when you push through it, you're able to get things done. Because I think what happens is your brain kind of talks you out of doing things. And you have to overwrite that. And I'm good at doing that, particularly first thing in the morning. This is how I'm able to get up at 4:30 a.m. with no issue, is because I don't let my brain think about it. It's just, hey, we got to do this, period. But I think as the day goes on, that willpower starts to taper off. And that's where I have to work on not allowing that to be a factor. So this is why right now we're actively working. But the thing about it, though, is as far as working goes, as I stated before, we're working on these goals right now for this particular week. And with that, though, there's several other things that need to be done, too. I got quite a few things that need to be done, actually, for this week, including things that got to get done for the release that's coming out this Friday. We need to update the website. We need to actually create the YouTube audio-only version. I need to, as well, publish the ads because I have the ads done. I just have to actually publish them now. And so, yeah, those are some of the things we have to do. Including, again, getting started with this week's task. So I think right now what I really need to figure out is what is priority at this moment? Like, what do I feel like needs to be taken or needs to be done right away, okay? And so I think that's kind of where I am right now. I need to brainstorm that. So what I'm going to do for this brainstorming session, and what I think makes the most sense, is to kind of model this after, because for example, whenever you are working first thing in the morning, that's when you're the most fresh. That's when you have the most mental power, I guess you could say. That sounds stupid, but that's basically what it is. You have the most mental power. So therefore, it's better to get the harder stuff done in the earlier part of the day and then do the smaller stuff towards the ending of the day. And so with that, I kind of want to follow that same model because I know that, we're winding down right now. It's 7:46. Generally, I call it around 8:30, but I don't think I'm going to call it tonight until, I'm still going to probably call it at 8:30, just being honest. So I got less than an hour left in this. I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to kind of go through this stuff that I have to do and to try to figure out exactly which part I want to work on. Okay, so I took a few things from my big to-do list and I've broken it down to 3. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on creating the YouTube only video for the release, as well as I'm going to go ahead and make the updates to the website for the release also. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a few more ad creatives. I have 8 of them already, but I want more because I have some ideas for more. So I'm going to create maybe a few more, and we're going to aim. So right now, again, I want to try to call it at 8:30, but I'm actually going to wait and just call it pretty much when I'm done with these things. I'm going to make sure that I'm done with these things before I fully call it.
Just a young nigga with dreams. I hardly would call that a scheme. Look where we at. Keeping the vision was key. I do what I do for my team. My niggas are strapped. Fuck what you won't be for me. My hitters be chasing collapse. If you come in with fuck.
So that's annoying. Basically, what happened is I got the YouTube video done for the audio only, and I got the website updated semi. The problem is TuneCore won't give me all the links that I need for this new song until the song goes live. So basically, I'm kind of at a standstill right now. I can't really move on this anymore. So pretty much that's it. I'm done. And right now it is 8:30. Well, almost 8:30. I'm not going to have time to start on the additional creatives that I was going to do. So I'm going to scratch that. We did 2 out of the 3 on this, though, which is what we were planning. I still might try to squeeze out 1. We'll see. But I think, again, I'm drained. I really am. This is one of the tough parts about doing this. Whenever you work a 9-to-5 job, especially in programming or anything that requires you to work mentally a lot, you honestly don't want to do anything else. And even if you work physically, I think that's still a thing, too, because it requires a lot of mental fortitude in order to do physical labor. So I think that's appropriate for that as well too. But I think I am going to just go ahead and call it early tonight. So I just got time to actually update on what's kind of going on right now. So today is Tuesday, and yesterday, you kind of see how things went yesterday. So today, things are moving along a lot better because I think what happened is I figured out a trick to myself. And I've known this for a while, and I don't know why I keep forgetting it. I had to add it to my list. Speaking of my list, I have this list, right? And it's of a bunch of spiritual practices that I believe in regards to things to remind myself of every day. Only problem is I don't read this list every day, and that's the issue. I got to get into a habit of actually reading this list every day because these things are beneficial and they help me out and help me to stay physically grounded. No, take that back. Spiritually and mentally grounded. There you go. So anyway, one of the things that I had to remind myself of is when it comes to the way my brain works, it's better when I just don't think about things. If I don't think about it, like if it's on my list and I don't think about it and I just do it, generally I have no problem doing it and getting it done in a timely manner and the most effective way possible. But the problem is like whenever I think about certain things, I tend to overthink and I start to talk myself out of actually doing them. And so that's something that I have to stop doing. And I'm making it a mission to stop that now. So today has been great. Like I have had a lot to do with work today so far. But the thing about it though is because of this new mindset, I don't feel as drained as I normally do. And I think that was the problem. I think I was overanalyzing a lot of things when it came to the stuff that I had to do for the day. But now that I've stopped doing that, I'm just allowing myself to just get the work done. I'm not having that drain issue anymore. We'll see how the day goes though. But the thing is though, I think that it is going to be a lot better. And another thing that I'm learning too is with that whole aspect of not thinking about it, it takes you back to the whole presence thing, like learning to be in the now, because when you're in the now, that's generally the only thing that really matters because the past and the future don't exist, right? The only thing that really exists is the present moment. And so therefore, I think when you put yourself in that moment, that's another thing that kind of helps you to stay mentally and spiritually grounded and allow you to continue to work effectively. So I just got back from the gym, right? And I noticed that it's suspiciously hot in my house. And so I'm like, surely it's not what I think it is, right? Yeah, no, it is exactly what I think it is. This thing broke again. It came down again. They just fixed this not even 2 weeks ago. And now it's just blowing a shit ton of cold air into my attic. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. They said they can't come out until tomorrow. All right, so they're saying that they will get out tomorrow to fix it, which is annoying because pretty much what's going to happen is I'm going to have to end up sleeping downstairs because it is too hot, like way too hot up there for all of this. And it's so stupid because, again, this should have been fixed the first time. I don't really understand how it broke again. I thought the guy was going to I think there's some type of special zip ties that go on that whole ducking system up there, but that doesn't appear to be the case because they fell down way too easy. It's been easily less than 2 weeks since they did it. But I mean, here we are. But anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm going to work on editing the vlog for this week, and then we're going to call it a night. But so far today, all the things that I wanted to get done today, I did get done. I was pretty productive today. I think the whole idea of just not thinking about it and just doing it worked out really well. So I think I'm going to keep that. I'm going to stick to it and keep moving in that direction with that mindset. So right now, edit the vlog, get that done, and then we'll call it a night.
Just know it's a trap. Looking for smoke, then you know where we at. They slow to react. Damn, I hate wasting my time. I'm canceling shit if it.
We have one of those dual climate setup systems. So basically what it does is it changes the AC to blow upstairs and downstairs. So the downstairs works perfect, but upstairs doesn't work. So because it's literally 77 degrees upstairs, we're going to sleep downstairs. So we're going to do something that we've never done before. And that is use this pull-out couch. Since we have a guest room, this thing has been used like maybe 4 to 5 times at most. That did not work out the way that I thought it would. Sleeping on that pull-out couch. Okay, so when I was younger, I slept on pull-out couches all the time. And maybe I just didn't realize it, or maybe I did. It's so uncomfortable. So we actually didn't end up doing that. We pretty much just end up sleeping on separate couches because that bed, that pull-out couch, I feel so bad because, again, it's been used about 5 times, typically by my brother. But I feel bad for even recommending him use that thing. I don't know if it was always that way because we got the couch brand new and personally have not used it. But again, my brother has and some other people have too. And I don't know if it was just always like that or what, but that thing is absolute garbage. I mean, like I said, as a kid, I remember sleeping on pull-out couches and they were not like that. Like, they were not like that at all. They were a lot more comfortable. And maybe it's just because I was young, I didn't know the difference. But yeah, no, that thing just did not work. The HVAC people came today. They got the system fixed. He said something about the collar that was connecting the one of the duct lines. They reused it the last time, but I guess it just wasn't good. So they actually replaced it this time. And I'm hoping that this sticks this time and that we don't have any more issues with that thing, because again, last night was hell. I mean, we slept downstairs on the couches, which wasn't horrible, but it was just annoying because it's just not as comfortable as sleeping in your bed. But I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But anyway, so as far as where we're going today, I got a lot done at work today, but I didn't really get a lot done as far as our goals that we're working towards. But it's okay, because tomorrow's Thursday and I'm going to hit it hard. I still got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Saturday and Sunday are generally our power days. And the reason they are power days is because I do no workouts on those days. And also, too, I don't have work. So I got 100% of my brain capacity and days to just really haul in. And that leads me to another point that I kind of want to address, because I think, so let me put it like this. When I was younger, I was able to accomplish so much. Like, I bought my first house when I was 21. I graduated high school 2 years early. I went straight into junior college. And then obviously after I finished that, I went in, got my bachelor's degree, etc., master's, all that. The thing is, though, I did all this because, well, I feel the reason all this was so, I guess, easier for me in that moment. Obviously, being young, you have more energy, that sort of thing. But I think one of the biggest things and the reason why it was easier is because I just did not have a lot of friends. Like, I had friends, but they knew I was just always focused on working. I was just really locked in on what I was doing. So I didn't have as many distractions. And because of that, I think I was able to make more progress. And don't get me wrong, there's a saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go in a group, right? And so I get that. But I think right now that's kind of been my issue, because since I was like, 22-ish, I accumulated great friends, and I love them. But the thing is, I do think I spend a lot of time communicating and hanging out, way more than I should be. And it sucks because I think we should be able to have that time where we spend with people that we care about. But it's difficult when you have to also work an 8-hour shift 5 days a week. And then on top of that, try to find time for the things that you actually love to do. That stuff is hard. By kind of limiting my interactions with some friends right now, which is not to say I'm neglecting them, but just kind of throttling it back, it gives me more time to kind of focus in on what it is I'm trying to accomplish, especially right now, because I feel like I'm in like a peak period where I really need to be trying to get done with what I'm trying to do. But anyway, that's my rant. Longer than I was really hoping to make it because it's 8:30. Okay, so done working, got back from the gym, all that good stuff. My day has been good, but one of the things that frustrates me about going to the gym, because where I go to the gym is about 19 miles away, which in a normal place, 19 miles is not that far. But here, 19 miles generally equates to 24, 25-minute drive. And in a lot of cases, specifically around this time of the year, when you got everybody and their mama trying to go to the beach and stuff, try 50 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes. So it took literally like an hour and 10-ish minutes to get home. So that's an hour of time that we are sitting in a car going one way. And so therefore we didn't get a lot done. So it's 7:30 right now. I got home at like 6. No, I'm lying. I got home at like 5:45, something like that, right? I left the gym at like 4:10. I did stop and get food, but that didn't take no time. Like literally where I stopped and got food was on the way. I'd spent no more than 5 minutes in the place because I ordered it before I left the gym. And so again, just so stupid. But anyway, okay, so let's talk. So basically what we're doing today, since it's Thursday, I'm supposed to finish the song. I haven't started recording yet, and I think I'm gonna wait and actually record that tomorrow, because the thing I notice is with all this stuff that I'm doing, it's a little difficult to push out that extra energy that's necessary to do full-on recording. And what I mean is I want to make sure I'm giving it my all. So I want the fresh mentality, which I can't really do because I'm using that in the mornings for work. And so therefore, I'm probably going to wait to either tomorrow evening to do it, or I'm going to wait until Saturday to do it. At max 4 hours, I'll spend probably on Saturday knocking that song out, getting it done. So I think, we're good there. As far as building the playlist, I have not even started. And so what I need to do though is I said I was going to write a new song. That's the third goal. Have not even started. So 0 for 3 right now on Thursday. It's becoming a trend. But we're going to correct that. Like I'm going to lock in. But tonight though, what I kind of have to do tonight is I really have to kind of focus, because so the song releases at midnight to the June's release. It comes out at midnight. And with that being said, obviously, like I said, I have all my ad creatives done, but I kind of want to revisit my ad creatives. And I think because I got a couple more ideas that I think I want to add to it. So right now it's 7:30. I'm going to call it about 8:30. And the reason being is because I'm going to wake up instead of at 4:30, I'm going to wake up at 4. So therefore I can run the ads, because if the song comes out at midnight, I need to be able to run the ads. Would have loved to have started this ad campaign a lot sooner. However, I can't get the link for where the song's going to be on like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube Music and all that stuff until the song actually releases. So kind of lose some time there. But no worries. If the song comes out at midnight, if I can get the ads running by 4 a.m., we should be good. Like I said, I have right now 10 ads. But like I said, I have a couple more ideas. So I want to run those. So that's what I'm going to work on right now, is running those. And then tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, I'm going to work on the writing the new song, most likely.
So there's a reason why I'm setting the camera up like this time. It's because I kind of want to go and talk about what's going on. So this morning, I did not wake up at 4 to start the release strategy. I woke up at my normal time of 4:30. It's just because I was really tired, honestly. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't. And so I did my whole morning routine, which involves me meditating, walking, and doing my journaling and stuff. And then I got started with the release strategy piece around 5:45 this morning. And with that though, I've run into a bunch of issues. I don't know what's going on with the meta ads. And even then too, on my website, because I manage my own website for music. And even with that, I'm noticing that there's an issue when it comes to loading my my pixel for the conversions. For some reason, it's not wanting to pick up the pixel. So therefore, I have yet to be able to run ads. All I've done is get the website out with the links, which even that part was a hassle. I don't know why, but for some reason, when it came to actually creating the links to TuneCore for the new release, it just wasn't working. So that was difficult to do, but I worked through that piece. And then, like I said, now I'm here struggling with the ad part. But you know what, though? I'm not mad. Everything happens for a reason. And I think sometimes we're being guided or led to a specific path or a specific outcome. So I think in situations like this, I try to remind myself of that. So therefore, I can just kind of calm down, take a step back, and just kind of analyze a whole situation. Because maybe there's something I'm missing that I don't know yet. I'm watching these niggas give up in their prime. Can't sell me a script because I write my own lines. I'm streaming it live. No cuts and no edits. Just all BTS. Put my name in the...
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actively pissed off right now. This shit doesn't work, and I don't know why, My computer keeps doing dumb shit. Meta is having a bunch of freaking issues today, and it's just very frustrating. And again, I try to remind myself of situations like this, maybe things are happening for a reason, but sometimes this shit's just frustrating as fuck. Yo, like I am really crashing the fuck out right now over this because this is stupid. Like it honestly doesn't make sense. Like right now I have Meta finally open, and I'm trying to do the test event for the new pixel thing that I had to add, the new conversion, since this for some reason couldn't read the one that I already created. And it won't even, the test events won't even work. They won't work. So I have no idea, honestly, and I don't feel comfortable running this campaign until I know that this works, because obviously I don't want to have any issues. I don't want to waste money. So this is not going the way that I preferred it to go today. So I think I owe Meta an apology. Despite all the other bullshit that was going on with it earlier, it completely crashing in every way possible, and just some other little finicky things that it has. I fixed it, and it wasn't in Meta, it was actually in my code. It was my code that was having problems. So now that I have it fixed though, I should be able to go ahead and publish these ads out. So we got all the ads out. The ads are actively running. I've done some posting on social media for things to try and get the song out there, you know, put the feelers out, letting people know that, hey, the song is out there. So day one is moving along pretty well. With that being said, that's pretty much it for as what we're going to do today in regards to the release strategy for the song. So what I did is got all the short form content done. I had to go and watch the podcast episode, get everything bounced down for that. So therefore that could come out Monday. So all that's done. And then I decided during the 2-hour break that I gave myself to take a bath. So I took a midday bath and I'm done with that. And now right now I've been working for the past hour on the playlist. And this is basically where we are. We're not going to do the playlist. And so the thing about it is, I said this, if I'm not mistaken, a week or two ago that I wasn't going to do the playlist. And I don't know if I said it because I can't remember, honestly. I honestly don't even remember. Thing is, though, I spent an hour and I've been working for an hour and I've just been really doing some deep research on this whole playlist idea. And I don't think that it's going to work out. And because the goal is to try to get our music out there, right? Apparently that strategy is not even that effective. Like it helps, but it's not like crazy effective. So I think, honestly, I want to just leave that alone. I'm kind of hesitant to potentially submit the song to other playlisters. I don't know if I want to do that. I got to think about that, but I'm going to go ahead and scratch that off our list. So therefore, as of right now, we are 0 for 2. So we won't have a third goal for this week because that playlist thing was the third goal. And since we're scratching that, it just won't be. But I'm not upset about it because at the end of the day, I want to do what's best for this project and for what I'm trying to be, what I'm trying to have be my job, you know, because I think that's the important piece as well that a lot of people don't do is whenever they're doing things like this, like if you want to be a musician, you want to be a recording artist, you want to be an actor or whatever the case may be, I think it's important that you treat it like a job. And so this is my job and I'm trying to do what is necessary for me to be the best performer at my job. And so therefore, I think that scratching the playlist is the best move.
It's the way that I act, there's no way to forget it. If I do a trendy, you know that I know where we at. Might have to struggle.
Let's see which other ones I got.
The vision alive. Know where we at. Made it a couple of times, but nigga, we still on the climb. You know where we at.
All right, so this is where we are right now. So I did finish writing the song, and which is really the great part about it right now is, in total, it took me 5 hours to write the song. So I'm really happy about that. Obviously that's a huge increase. Well, that's 50% less than what it took for the last one. So I feel like that gives us 1 out of 2, but there's a change in plans. So actually it's going to be 1 for 1 this week. So I just realized that there's some stuff that's going on at work. And I think I mentioned it before about some things that I needed to research. Well, it just came to me that this thing that I need to research, that I need to change, is a little more important than I thought of. And I think that kind of goes with it though. It's annoying. Like I'm pretty frustrated right now because it's only 5:44 right now. And I have time to try and go record this song up here to give us a 2 up for 2. But the reason I'm not going to do it is because I have to get this thing done for work. I mean, this project we're working on is super crucial. So I really need to research this new framework and to be able to correct what I know is not going to work right tomorrow at work. And generally, we get time to kind of research this stuff, which we have had time to research this stuff. But sometimes whenever you're doing research, things just don't work out the way you expect them to. Like, you have things that come up and they didn't go in the way that you had planned. And we're already crunched on time right now. So in order to ensure that we're meeting this deadline for this project, I am going to take my personal time to research this, because this is more so of something that not only just going to help the project, but it's also going to help me as a developer moving forward. So that's kind of where we are. And again, yeah, I'm disappointed about it. But at the same time, though, I do realize that it's something that has to be done. And so that's basically where we ended the week. So I'm going to go ahead and call this video for this week. And this is an interesting video because basically, like I said, we pretty much started this week out with 3 goals. And now at the end of the week, we're only down to 1. So I actually, you know what, just to be completely fair about this whole thing, we are 1 for 3. Because although we took the goal of the playlist off our plate because we realized it wasn't the right thing to do, I still think that, something that we set for ourselves that we didn't do. And I think that now moving forward, because this is now second or third week where we haven't fully accomplished all of our goals that we had planned, I have to reassess this. I have to reassess this game plan that I'm working right now, because one of the things that you have to understand about being goal oriented is that you cannot miss goals like this. And the reason being is because you kind of train your brain in a way that makes it think that it's okay for you to miss these goals, and it's not. And so what that means is I just have to do a better job at not being overly ambitious about what it is that I think I can accomplish for the week, and being more realistic. And then 2, I feel like I really do have to figure out a way to put more effort in at the beginning of the week instead of relying on the last 2 days of the week, because I feel like I'm in a state of mind where I also do kind of want to recuperate from the week, considering, like I said, this project right now is draining. And that is the added factor. We're usually working on projects all the time, but right now this one's a little more stressful due to the massive time constraint and the seriousness of this particular project that we're working on. And so with that adds additional weight and, mental drain. And so that's something that I want to work on too. And I think a solution to that potentially may be to just meditate more. I think I need to try to meditate more and work on compartmentalizing better, because I think about this project when I probably shouldn't be thinking about it. And that's another issue. So those are some things that I feel like we learned for this week. But at the end of the day, I am still overall grateful for the work that did go in this week. I got another song done. So I have 2 songs now that are ready to be recorded for next week. And that's most likely going to be 2 of the goals for next week, because as I said, I always try to aim for 3, but 2 of the goals will probably be to complete both of those 2 songs, and who knows what the third goal is going to be.